Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your May 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Gemini, it is a powerful month for you. You have 3 major arcanas out of 5 so far, and it makes sense. We are nearing towards Gemini season at the end of the month. So your overall energy for the month is the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. You are releasing some heavy burdens. Some of you have been determined. You've been determined to push through for a new beginning in an area of your life that has been very challenging for you with the 4 of Swords. But I feel like your determination is paying off in some way, shape, or form, because here's your new beginning. There's the Fool. So subconsciously, you have been shouldering a lot of responsibilities, a lot of stamina, a lot of strength. But when the 10 of Wands shows up, this is about you laying down some of those challenges, some of those struggles. Now, you start off with the King of Wands. This is your big energy for the month of May. This is the feminine version of the King of Wands in this Tarot of the Mystical Moments. The creator put out 2 forms of all the kings, including the Emperor, the divine masculine, and the feminine. And you receive the feminine energy of this King of Wands. So this is about receiving, receptive, as well as action. And I feel like because you have been so much in your masculine energy of taking action and shouldering these responsibilities and not giving up and taking on a lot and working on trying to eliminate what doesn't work and giving more attention to what does, I feel like you are graciously receiving here some beautiful energies in the month of May. Now, the King of Wands takes charge of their destiny. This is someone who's very active, maybe active in the community or active in their business, their life. This is someone who is very passionate, very goal-oriented and driven. This can be an entrepreneur, a businessman or woman, someone who's a leader, very successful, may love to travel, want to explore and be adventurous. This is also an influencer of some sort, whether a spiritual influencer, a motivational speaker. I feel like you are someone who is a go-getter, Gemini, and when you want something, there's no stopping you. And I feel like you have this extra burst of momentum and energy because this is your time, right? Your time to step into the spotlight. It's your time to really shine your light and go after your dreams. Manifest those dreams into reality. Your greatest strength is your heart. Now, you are an air sign. You may think logically about a lot of situations, and sometimes people may even think that you're a little bit aloof or you don't have a lot of emotions or feelings, and it's not that you don't at all. You may have a huge, beautiful heart here, Gemini, and most of you do, but sometimes you have difficulty processing your emotions or you try to think through them, and I feel like you're being guided here to find balance between the head and the heart, because that's where miracles happen. When you have the Lover's energy, this is you, Gemini. This is showing up saying you have a choice to make in matters of the heart. What direction do you want to go that's going to offer you this new beginning as well? And I feel with this Lover's energy, your greatest strength is to stay balanced, to commit to and rely on partnerships that are based on reciprocity, equal give and take. If something is one-sided, you may be leaving that behind. That may be part of this burden that you've carried for quite some time. This is about making balanced decisions, not decisions that are solely coming from a place of, head or fear or limiting beliefs or programming, right? It's not just about, emotions swaying so far over here that we're not making a balanced decision. It's finding that place right in the middle. And this can also be about very important soul contracts that are based on love. This is destiny. This is soulmate energy. And I feel like there's been trust issues in the past, or there's been a little bit of indecisiveness, but your greatest strength for the month of May is to open your heart up and let your mind and your heart both work together in harmony to move forward on your path. This is beautiful. Yeah, there is something here about if you love something, let it go type of energy as well. Okay, and that may be the 10 of Wands. For some of you, this is about acceptance, because we do have the Judgment card here as well. There may be a judgment call being made in matters of the heart. Now, your fullest potential for the month of May is taking a leap of faith towards a new beginning. And it's scary to do that. You see that this crocodile, right? You see this woman standing on the crocodile's tail. She may not even know it's a crocodile, but it's rearing back up, and it could come up at any given moment. And she doesn't know what it entails, literally entails, right? So I feel like you are being guided to trust. You are being guided to take a chance on your heart. This is a fresh start. This is your true self, your soul self, your spiritual self that is unscathed by all the conditioning, all the pain, all the hurt, all of the, emotional turmoil and distress that you've gone through in the past. This is about, a second chance being offered to you, even though you've been through some stuff. This is about you opening up, being vulnerable, and knowing that there's a new path in store for you, Gemini. This is beautiful. We'll clarify each of these. Now, your action steps for the month of May is to leave behind something that may have been emotionally captivating. It may have filled you up at one point, right? It's something that did matter to you on an emotional level, but in order to seek out bigger and better, you're being asked to take a new path, right? This is my Eat, Pray, Love card. It may require you leaving behind people, places, things, jobs, homes, in order to reach a more fulfilling spiritual path ahead. And that's not always easy to do when our emotions are attached, right? And that may be why you have the choice as your greatest strength to bring balance into yourself, because that's going to help you make decisions moving forward. And I see a brand new beginning opening up for you. It's like the curtain is opening here. And this Eight of Cups is about the quest for something deeper and more meaningful. Because for some of you, this 10 of Wands, it's not here. You want it to be here, right? Maybe some of you have pushed, you've pulled, you've done what you could, you've begged. They're giving me a song here. I've begged and pleaded, like in true lovers fashion. Ooh, I love that song. Jody Messina, I think it's called Bye Bye Love. Yeah, I begged and pleaded in true lovers fashion. So some of you may have even begged or pleaded, or you may have had someone around you beg and plead to stay in this, turmoil, this 10 of Wands. And as I lifted that up, we have the Page of Cups. So there is an offer here. This could be an apology with the Page of Cups, but I feel like you want something deeper. And if that's the case, there needs to be a brand new energy, even if it is with the same person or same situation. The energy is what has to change, right? Because if we continue to manifest from the same place where there was this 10 of Wands, that's what we're going to get. And so I feel for a lot of you, there may have even been codependence involved. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Swords. Some of you may have been dealing with a Libra. And I feel like there's an energy here of being mentally stuck with the 8 of Swords. This can even be the energy of self-sabotage. So this is all what's leading up, or what has led up to the 10 of Wands. That's why we're looking at the bottom of the deck. We have Emperor here as well. And breaking out of the molds, breaking out of that stagnancy or that frequency that has held you back. So messages from your guides, make a judgment call. A judgment call is here. When this shows up, Scorpio energy. There may have even been some big changes around Scorpio season 2023, October, November, and we just seen that Libran energy here as well. So some of you may have gone through some major transformations that are wrapping up now. Maybe it's the healing piece of it, maybe energetically, physically, emotionally. But when this judgment card shows up, and this is your message from Spirit, Spirit's saying this is your calling. It's time to change your life for the better. This is redemption. This is awakening. This is second chances. This can be a second chance to bring something to life, right? This can be a reawakening of something that had died, or this is a second chance to let go of regrets, to release judgments upon oneself, to heal the wounds of the past and move towards our calling. This is also a rite of passage. This could be a karmic passage because this can be the card of karma. And I feel like you've gone through a situation where Spirit is saying you don't have to stay in this 10 of Wands any longer. You've graduated. You've healed. You've picked the last of what you could pick up here. And even though it may have been a bittersweet energy because she's carrying a whole beautiful bouquet of flowers on her back, right? Even though it may have been a sweet but yet bitter, I feel like Spirit is saying here, a judgment call is being made. That horn is blasting from above. This is the temperance, it's not the temperance angel, but it is the angelic energies coming in to help you have this new beginning. And I know that has been a little heavy and a little bit difficult. Now, what are you celebrating? You're celebrating some massive healing taking place here, Gemini. 4 of Swords is rest and retreat. Some of you may even be celebrating a new beginning, a new job. This could be healing a part of your mind to create mental stability. For others of you, this is a love situation that you've healed from or you are celebrating, right? I feel like this is self-love, it's renewal, it's rejuvenation. This is the time for you to catch your breath, regroup, take a load off, literally take a load off with the 10 of Wands. That's what you are celebrating, taking this load off. So whatever burdens, and we'll clarify here in a moment what these burdens were or are, that's what you're releasing. And it feels a hell of a lot lighter with that feather card showing up. Okay, so I feel that some of you, it's just a sigh of relief, something that you've been working towards. You know, it could be a goal that you've had for quite some time. It could be, responsibilities and burdensome. Some of you are also healers. You're light workers because the 10 of Wands can't even be a Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It personality. A counselor, a guide, a therapist, a coach, a doctor, a mentor. And I feel like you tend to be empathic possibly, or you pick up on the energies of others, Gemini, quite strongly, and you may not always know how to release them, or you hang on to them, or you make it your responsibility to fix or to heal. And that can exhaust you. So if you have a trip coming up, or if this is a spiritual retreat, or if this is some sort of act of self-love, self-care, I feel like it's best for you to take that call, right, with the judgment card, because you're celebrating some downtime and you've earned it. You've worked hard for it. And I feel like you are moving towards a more enriching experience of the heart with that 8 of Cups. It's not easy though. Some of you, it's some triggers around abandonment or rejection or even denying, being denied. Let's clarify some of this energy. King of Wands as your overall vibe for the month of May. Spirit, why do we have the King of Wands? Please clarify. 10 of Swords. Okay, so the 10 of Swords is, an ending. You are raising your vibration here. This can be a betrayal. Some of you have felt betrayed. But the good news is endings bring in new beginnings, and we see a new beginning coming in. That's what you're releasing. I feel like that's why you have the 4 of Swords. Something that's been heavy, something that has challenged you. Some of you, this could have been a betrayal by someone that you loved, a family member, a friend, someone that you carried a strong soul bond with. But I also feel that this King of Wands is saying, I am marching to the beat of my own drum. I am in charge of my destiny. Yes, this hurt like hell. Yes, this was painful. But I'm going to get back out there. As they say, get knocked down 5 times, get up 6. You're not a quitter, Gemini. You're going to get back up. And the 10 of Swords, it is hitting a point of rock bottom, but you're getting up here because, as they say, when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way up, and you're climbing up quickly with the King of Wands. You're taking back control of your power, and it's as if some of you are at a very low point in your life, and then that pendulum swings, right? And you've been at that low point for a little while, maybe health-wise, financially, in a love situation or a family dynamic, whatever area of your life, and this judgment horn comes blaring and says, here's your portal. Here is your rite of passage to redeem yourself. Gemini, what direction do you want to go? And you're saying, I'm getting up, right? I'm not going to let this bring me down. I'm not going to let this past energy define me. Spirit, tell me about the Lovers as the greatest strength. Some of you, you have been very much betrayed. Some of you, this could be a divorce. Okay, it could be leaving behind someone as well. But it's the greatest strength is for you to not lose that beautiful heart, not to harden that beautiful heart of yours after such loss or betrayal. Spirit, tell me about the Lovers. Why is the Lovers showing up? 10 of Pentacles. Whew. 10 of oh, okay. Page of Cups below it. I didn't even see that one come out. Page of Cups. There's a love offer here for you. There is either an apology. This can be, if this is career, this is a new opportunity for you to leave a legacy and to, you know, build a creative business or practice that leads you into retirement, or to go forward on a creative endeavor in your finances. Some of you, this does have to do with children. Okay, pages can represent children. And we see in the 10 of Pentacles, children are involved. This can be family. It can be opening your heart up to being and creating that legacy. I almost get role model here. It's like, what type of role model am I for my children or for my clients or for the people around me? Yeah, even if you're, you know, a grandmother or grandfather, I feel like your legacy will be carried. It will be passed down in some way, shape, or form, even if you do not have children. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles, this is about financial security, wealth, legacy, retirement, you know, growing old. It's the card of marriage and commitment. So there is a situation here that does involve love and marriage and children and family. And I feel like your greatest strength is to not give up on the dream, because this is most people's dream here, is to have that partnership, have that divine feminine and masculine, the family, the soul tribe, the vacations, the emotional and financial freedom to be, to do, to have what you wish. And I feel like there is an opportunity coming in here that it will allow you to have that, but it may require you letting go of what you thought was to make room for something new. That is your greatest strength here. I'm also getting, some of you could be paying off some debt, you and a lover or you and a partner. Something could be paid off. There may even be some sort of inheritance involved. Let's look at the fullest potential as the Fool. Why do we have the Fool? Can we clarify, Spirit, the Fool energy showing up for Gemini? What's this new beginning all about for Gemini? Some of you, there could be news of children is what I'm picking up on, or you may find out someone is pregnant, or someone is going to be, you know, adding to a family or coming together. This could be in-laws or blended family. Look at that. Gemini, what is happening here for you? You have sunshine all around, and you have the Fool. This is your fullest potential to play, to have fun. There's something manifesting here that you wanted, and I feel like it has to do with that 10 of Pentacles. This could be travel. It could be taking a leap of faith and, going for what it is that you want. It could be retirement. It could be, big blessings. I mean, whatever this leap of faith is, whatever this new beginning is, I feel like it brings you a lot of happiness with the sun. Strong Leo energy. This is success. This is good health. This is healthy ego. I feel like there could be someone coming in that you think highly of, or this is the center of your universe. Maybe it's a child. Maybe it's a lover. This is about you trusting in yourself. Yeah, you're going to see here that there's brighter days ahead. This new beginning is something quite magical. And your fullest potential is to embrace it, to receive it. And that's why we have that feminine energy of the King of Wands showing up here as well. This is confidence. This is creative. This is strong. This is inspirational. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups as your action step. Spirit, tell me about the Eight of Cups as the action for Gemini. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Do I hang on to the past, or do I let go and see what type of enriching future I have in front of me? So there may be, again, letting go, that 10 of Wands, letting go of, maybe you're selling things, you're selling a home. Four of Pentacles can also be about resources. It can be about, if some of you have gone through a divorce, or you've gone through maybe an inheritance or a loss of a family member. I'm getting like a splitting up of assets here, or there could be even a divvying up of items. But I feel like you're in a happier energy now, and it's almost as if you're saying, just take it. Kind of like Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love. In the beginning when she's going through the divorce, they're trying to compromise and negotiate. And spoiler alert here, she finally gets to the point where she says, just take it all. Just take it all, because that's not my happiness. And I feel like it's as if you are letting go of something that you thought you had to have physically or tangibly or materialistically to make you happy. And you're realizing that maybe that's not the case here, but everything that you decide to give up, and I say that in quote because you're actually going to get everything back and some. Okay, so I don't know what this is for you. Maybe it is, you sitting on a lot of money, or it could be, something you're cashing out. I mean, Four of Pentacles is foundation or stability in the material world. And I feel like some of you may have, cut some losses in order to move towards a new, happy, enriching future. Yeah, I get cutting losses, but you're actually not going to lose anything in the long run. I hope that makes sense. We're going to get one more card to clarify the Four of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Yeah, because you're taking action towards your heart's desire, and that's going to be worth it in gold, right? There's something coming after you, and it's interesting because you can see the shark at the bottom, but he's flying on his broomstick. He has his cup of love, and he is ready. He's saying, I'm not letting anything stop me. Those shark, they got nothing on me. So I feel like you're going after what your heart wants, and that's where you are headed with that Eight of Cups. Could be a partnership here for some of you, because you see that in this card, there's a lot of partners partnering up, the butterflies, the dragonflies, the swans, the birds. The only thing that's not partnered up is the ladybug. And she is walking towards, her other ladybug. But she's also not taking life so seriously. That's what the sun represents. The sun is playful. The sun is vitality. The sun is youth. The sun is innocence. And I feel like you're having fun along the way. And things that may have stressed you out in the past, or things that you may have sat on, you're saying, why did I even let that be a part of my, squash my happiness? Or why did I even sit in that energy for so long? Let's take a look at the Judgment card as your message from Spirit. Why the Judgment card? Please clarify. Judgment for Gemini. Nine of Cups. Look at that. Spirit saying you're walking right towards it. Eight of Cups, walking right towards that Nine of Cups. I mean, you can't make this up. This is where you're headed. Wish fulfillment. She has all 9 cups right behind her. Some of you are going towards the ocean. Okay, you could be traveling. 8 of Cups can be the card of travel. You could be heading to a sunny place. I just heard the islands, Galapagos. Okay, is that the islands? Someone maybe going to an island, maybe Virgin Islands. But I'm also getting here emotional peace. Because 9s can sometimes, they represent service, they represent solitude and accomplishment. You've completed a major cycle here in your world. And you finally can, enjoy more peace. That's why the 4 of Swords is your outcome. Because look at her. Her eyes are closed. She's drinking in the ocean air. She is relaxing. She doesn't have a care in the world, even though her cat is fighting that little crab over there, but that's none of her business, right? She's focusing on what she can, control, and that's how she responds. And how she's responding is that of peace, that of balance. She has everything she needs, everything she wants to create an emotional, fulfilling life. Wow. Yeah. The judgment call is being made here from the universe saying, change your life here for the better. This is a rite of passage. The rite of passage is literally, you see the passage on the 8 of Cups that is walking towards this 9. So you are heading towards brighter days ahead. Beautiful. Spirit, what is this wish? 9 of Cups. I mean, I feel like the wish is the 10 of Pentacles. But let's take a look. What's the wish? Can we clarify? What's the wish fulfillment for Gemini? 2 of Swords. To get out of an energy of indecisiveness. To get out of an energy of ambiguity. Feeling like you're wavering. One day you're over here, the next day you're over here. Mental conflict. You feel like you're blindfolded. She's blindfolded and she's throwing knives there at the target. I mean, dangerous, right? And it feels at times like you're in a little bit of dangerous territory with that mindset. The mind could be holding you back. You may have been in an energy of maybe lying to oneself about, your situation or about this new beginning or how much you were actually truly taking on. But the 2 of Swords is about making a decision. It's about the head and the heart in opposition. And what did we say here? Your greatest strength is for the month of May is to balance the head and the heart to create a miracle. And that's what we see here taking place for you. Wow. Yeah. A lot more peace, a lot more balance. Let's take a look at this celebratory outcome with the 4 of Swords. We're celebrating rest, rapport, pause, right? Balance of the mind. Spirit, please clarify the 4 of Swords for Gemini. Page of Swords, there's the breakthrough. Page of Swords is coming in to save the day. He's ready for a challenge. He's curious. He's staying open. He is innocent here. So when the Page of Swords shows up, this is a new message coming in that is being delivered. Maybe you are the one that is delivering this message. This could be something someone is delivering you. Regardless of the incoming or outgoing, it is going to bring you more peace and more balance. I'm also getting some of you, you're turning some education, something that you've learned, you're turning it into wisdom by taking action and making a choice to take action, maybe after some sort of rest. But it's almost as if you're preparing, you're getting ready for it because there's a lot of really beautiful things taking place. So you're going to want your rest. You're going to want to gain some downtime because things are going to speed up once we get fully into Gemini season. So we may see this towards the end of May, specifically in the month of June. I do feel like there's going to be a lot more action for you. And let's take a look here, Gemini, at the 10 of Wands. Spirit, tell me about some of these burdens that Gemini is or was carrying, and what do we need to know? What's the 10 of Wands all about here for Gemini, please? 7 of Wands in reverse. Ooh, yeah. Some of you felt like you were defensive or defenseless. You felt the pressure. You may have even felt like people were looking for a fight, or you just felt backed into a corner. You felt attacked. I'm getting fight or flight energy. And it brought about a lot of responsibilities for you. What else do we have? Ten of Wands. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. I mean, we're getting a lot of that mental energy here for you. No surprise, you are an air sign, but this is also about taking action towards what you believe is important. And I just feel like you kept dodging bullets, or you kept feeling no matter what you did, it's almost like it wasn't good enough or it wasn't helpful, and it just kept piling up and piling up, but you kept taking action and kept taking action. And I feel like this fully backed you up. You can see that if she takes 2 more steps, she's going to fall off that cliff. And I feel like you got backed up to a point where you said, enough is enough. That's why the judgment call came in here. That's why you have this new beginning that is a lot brighter than feeling like you're, in that fight or flight backing up against this energy. I'm also getting something about impulsivity, taking impulsive action, or some of you may have acted impulsively, or someone around you did as well. All right, let's get a message from the wisdom of the oracle. What do we have here for Gemini, the month of May 2024 bonus? All right, wow. Gemini, you have 2 cards that just shot out. You have to be fair. There's that Libran scales. This can be karma. This can be justice. This can be legalities. But the card I'm going to read you is time to go. Because, I mean, your whole reading is it's time to walk towards. And I actually like this because it reminds me of the 8 of Cups. And they're in the same position. The backs are turning, but neither one of them are really looking back. What they're focused on is that portal towards a new beginning. And so I feel like you're not looking back here. And you were, because that 2 of Swords says that you were indecisive. You may have even taken a step forward and then taken 5 steps back. And Spirit is saying this is the month before we fully embrace Gemini season. You are being guided to let go of something that was, to make room for what will be entering that's a lot better than anything you leave behind. And this is also card 43, 45. Some of you may be 45 years old. 45 could be a significant number. This is all about endings, completions, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstance. Take the risk. There's the ace or the fool. Take the risk, right? And move on, even if you need to be in a transition for a time. Your destiny, there's the judgment. Your destiny is calling you. I mean, you can't make this up here. I am going to read to you, though, the relationship and prosperity message because we have a little bit of both showing up in your reading. It's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about release than destruction. Remember, you can't make this up, you guys. Didn't we say this? Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Didn't we say those same words? If you love something, let it go. I thought we said that earlier with the birds. Maybe I was just thinking it. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. And we said that too. So this message, when it comes to prosperity, wealth, or money, the path is clear. You've been on, the message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, Creative projects and business alliances have come to an end. You'll not find the success you desire by continuing with what is in front of you now. This is an auspicious sign because there's no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. There's that leap of faith, and what comes out of the unknown is the sunshine. Even if you can't quite see it yet, Gemini, it is a time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finished your tasks and can rest assured, there's that Four of Swords, that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. Oh, you guys, that's the Sun card showing up for you. You have done all that you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you close one door, another opens. Wow, this is beautiful energy. And lastly, for those of you that are still in that transition and you're still in the 10 of Wands, this is for you, okay? If you're already moving forward and you're feeling good, then just disregard this part. But if you're still stuck in this 10 of Wands energy, wherever it went here, right here, because this is what's going on below the surface, it says, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural as it doesn't have the map to your destiny. The soul does, right? Spirit loves you. Trust that, Gemini. So even though it may feel like you've come to the end, you've hit that rock bottom, our small self, right? Our egoic self doesn't have the map. Our soul does. So Spirit has your back. Trust that everything that's happening for you is for your highest good. And even if you can't quite see, Spirit is saying trust. Trust in the unknown, like this card says, because there's far, far greater ahead than you could ever imagine. That is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Lots of love.